Again, like I put my microphone before I put like all your guys' volume because I don't have a button for all of it, which I really should set up, so they don't hear your weight.
Ha!
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've been denied.
You've been denied. Anyway, we're back. Hi everyone. So, all right. They had some amazing adventures in the dungeon.
We stood at a door. We put some acid on the door. We left the door.
Dude, that door totally got acid on it.
I imagine like there's just the normal castle goers just seeing a dragon will just
Again, I wanted to see the running around clue music to you doing that.
You have the
At least he didn't run to the China room.
Yes,
That's true.
Right.
Flash. Ah. Sorry.
Savior of the universe.
Yeah.
Nokren.
You're up, the Dragonborn.
All right, so I guess you guys are heading towards the cathedral in the crypt, where Orin will be there to meet you with some stuff in hand.
Hello again. Long time no see.
Not long enough.
Good to see you too, old friend.
I found some things, not monsters, so you know, we wouldn't have died. Thank you.
Anytime. Happy to rob you of any enjoyment that you might find anywhere. So.
Oh, so what you're saying is I shouldn't give you the Staff of Healing. Got it.
I don't want it.
Oh, of course not. Here, take it, you old fuck.
Who are you giving it to?
Tim would take the staff and put it
Okay.
away.
I also found a cup of holy water, 2 potions of healing, and 1 of greater healing.
Can I have the holy water, please?
We should certainly give you the holy water. We should give the potion of greater healing, I think, to our Dwarven companion. That new battle axe seems a little bit unwieldy. Might mean that you might be in more need of it than the rest of us.
Biggest eye roll ever.
I mean, she doesn't have to use it.
It's
No,
better
you're right.
safe
I should
than
hold
sorry.
on to it to dump it in your mouth when you go down.
Nokren's also gonna walk over to the giant. You said there was a big pool of holy water here?
There is a big pool of holy water here.
Not
Okay.
acid. Don't fight it.
Is it
Fight
like
the
a
holy
sort of
water.
thing where it's okay if I go up and just scoop some? Like,
I mean,
would
No.
Nokren know this?
it's probably rude.
It's,
Okay.
Don't. You know this.
Okay.
You're,
They probably,
Okay,
they
then I'll be like-
probably have that for religious ceremonies, or they could sell you some, basically.
Okay.
Is that a bath?
I'm gonna go the on then.
if you wish to die, yes.
Can I fill up this second water skin I have with some holy water from the thing over there?
That will cost you something of which the guy upstairs knows. And I don't mean gods. I'm talking about the father upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Your father's upstairs?
Then I'm gonna quickly go ask him how much that costs and hey, what's
Probably
needed?
standard price for a holy water, which I don't have at hand. Of course,
It's
I don't.
like-
I'll look up it while you do other things.
Yeah, it'll be effectively a vial of holy water, except it'll be a water skin of holy water.
Yep.
Holy water, flask, 25 gold.
Oh damn. Okay. Yep. Yep,
That's
that
what
works.
you want to spend your money on? Alright then.
I need it for like a bunch of my when I eventually get my skills, my spells. I need holy water.
need it.
I do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I also need parchment and ink so I can start writing down scripts.
I've got a lot of that.
Spellcasters.
I'm just gonna put what we got in chat for you guys.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. That is what the staff is called, by the way, to anyone reading that. It is the staff of feel good.
The staff of heal good.
And Tim is now Dr. Feelgood.
So, Red, I think they're calling you now. Red! Yes, Red. How are things going? Do you all get along? Friends!
He's a delight.
I'm sure you're loving it.
Pleasure.
I like him.
Now, I have to ask, Orn, did you know who you were pairing us up with the last time you spoke to the Duke?
Nope. Not at all.
I want to roll insight on that.
I finally
damn.
got fucking crit.
Damn.
Get fucked!
Too bad. I still.
I
have
know,
my-
you just have more. I'm so mad.
Wow.
That's just how well we know each other, is all that's
Yeah.
happened there. God damn it.
That's amazing. That is. That's actually. Wow. Wow.
All right.
Real quick though.
Mhm.
What you mean? We met.
And Tim would just be like, "Thank you, Red." So
Thanks for your
Orn,
honesty.
I hate you, and I hope you rot in here. Anyways, I'll see you later. So we'll be back. Take care.
Be good.
Before we leave, I'm gonna turn to him, look at Ord one last time, and use my thieves' cant to kind of basically give him the middle finger.
I mean, Orn accepts you standing there for like a minute and a half to basically say "fuck you" and just goes off back.
All right. So, are you guys gonna check out the crypt then, I guess, or not? Bother. Up to you.
I think we should.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Drag the body
good.
down there.
Before we do that, is that like right here?
It's right here.
Yeah.
Because the
Right, okay,
cathedral's
we'll do
next
it
to the
first.
graveyard, and the graveyard has the crypt in it.
Yeah. Okay.
We're
fair.
finally going to leave.
Yeah,
Well,
we're moving the body down there, aren't we?
Yes, you're moving that body down there.
Okay. Dragging the body
yeah.
with us down.
So,
Wait, what
Rich,
body?
you may not know about this, but we brought the savage one's body. with
Where-
us.
Oh yeah. And
Why
I
do you guys have a
Wrapped
body?
in a very large piece of.
The father will inform you of which crypt to put it in, because should you return successful in any kind of way from your adventure, a crypt has been reserved for your characters. Should you return dead.
Okay. Got it.
Outside.
So noting that we're going to be going into the crypts, Tim would look at Nokren and he'd say, "Can you and Red carry our old friend down to the crypts with us? I'm sure the father will have an idea of where we should put him."
That I
And
do.
Grits, you're not squeamish, are you?
No.
Good.
I'm a
Stop
dwarf.
dragging the
Why
body.
would I be
And-
squeamish?
It's just a question. Do you have any chains with you by any chance?
Chains.
Just wondering.
Let me see. Would I have chains? I don't
No,
think I would.
you would not have chains.
Didn't think so.
I'm pretty sure I don't. Let me
Wasn't
just
sure if the
double check.
Thane just conveniently gave you chains. Thought I'd ask.
I'm just double checking. Hold on.
I just imagine when you're like, you're not squeamish, are you? You just see me in the background dragging the body.
Yeah.
Orn walks over and picks it up. Or not Orn. God,
Red.
Red.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was
Or-
like,
I
Orn-
what?
just
back.
went. Get,
No,
you
no
gotta
chains.
get-
Just rope.
Well, rope won't do.
What are we doing with chains?
We have trap. And
That's good, Red. We'll
Sounds like
use
a
that
trap.
later. We'll use
Okay.
the trap later, okay?
Okay.
Okay. We're going to be chaining up the creature.
The dead
There's
one.
Yes, there's weird magics happening here. It's just better to be safe.
I am so confused right now, guys.
It's fine. Accept it. Accept it.
We faced a monster in that cell. I just don't want it running around the town escaping from the crypt, terrorizing the villagers. Seems a little all too far-fetched, doesn't it? But this is a mad place. Best to take precautions.
Just to be clear, and she's gonna point to the dead body that Nokren is dragging. You're referring to that monster that we're putting in a
Red is
crypt.
now carrying.
Oh, Red is carrying.
Yeah, Red's now.
Yeah.
I was dragging it. Red just walked over and picked it up. I'm like,
Oh.
okay.
Yes. That's correct.
The dead one.
The dead one.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
So, heading down to the crypt, you can definitely find the chamber that has been reserved for you guys. So, excellent. And place the. I guess you're going to put the body in there for now and come back with some chains? Question mark.
Eventually, I think.
Well, the idea is that I want to do a little bit of shopping before we go. But
Cool.
Chains? Question mark.
Chains. The idea is I'd like to actually go sell some of the scrolls that we acquired yesterday as well, the ones that I'm not putting in my book.
Got it.
So, and just to note, because you were not here, I acquired an old spell book that had Identify, Unseen Servant, and Longstrider in it, and then I acquired scrolls with Magic Missile, Sleep, Color Spray, and Alarm. And I also got a Potion of Heroism and a Wand of Magic Missile from that, but I don't know what we did with the Potion of Heroism. I think Nokren has that, but I'm not 100% sure. The wand I have, and I'm keeping, but...
Obviously.
Well, yeah, you know. Just a quick question: is the staff of field folk, is that one-handed? Can I use that in my one hand and then have my magic missile in the other?
You could just be carrying it one hand if you want. It's basically because I think you can technically use it as a quarterstaff if you want to replace your old not magic quarterstaff.
We're doing that.
You're just like, because it's basically you're like, look at your old stick, look at your new stick, throw the old stick over your shoulder kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
right.
The idea.
So,
Stretch.
you guys can get a cursory look of the area, and there are a lot of crypts down here, but in numbers stand out. I will let you know which ones stand out. First off, there's a crypt for the final resting place of the wizard Vincent. There's a crypt that apparently the first father of the cathedral, the first one who helped found the cathedral, is buried in. There's a crypt to a notable noble family. There are a crypt reserved for Mercedes, a crypt reserved for the Duke, and there's a crypt of the Duke's father, Duke Ferdinand, and there's a crypt for the first Duke, Belvis Egelwin.
Belvis.
Yes.
Tim would want to kind of do a general sweep of the area that's just, you know, making sure there's no giant rats, for example. Monsters.
It looks as if probably someone from the church comes down here and at least maintains things.
So it's in pretty good shape, is what
It
you're
is in
saying.
pretty good shape.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that kind of crypt.
No.
That's what you're saying.
It's not
Okay.
like an abandoned crypt. It is, you know, like, it seems more important people are put in here.
Okay.
Like us.
Us. So
We see our crypts.
it's one crypt reserved for all of us. It's a mass
It's a room,
situation.
and there are probably some other bodies in there, but you can see some spaces that have been cleared for you, like up in front.
Oh, good.
I could lay in my own grave.
So, Red. 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 There you are.
Okay.
Was worried about you there for a second, buddy.
Earth to red.
He forgot
Red.
me.
Don't worry, Red. That's okay. I was just wondering, how do you feel about looking through some of these crypts?
Crypt?
That's okay. You know what? Why don't you stay right here, okay?
Stand guard.
What crypt?
Crypts are graves.
Oh!
You know what you put your enemies in.
Yeah!
Yeah.
You like.
Yeah. Do you want
Me
to?
like.
Yeah. Do you want to stay here and make sure that, you know, everything's safe?
You no die?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Okay.
Okay, great. Nokren,
Yep.
let's go look into some of these crypts. Grits,
Okay.
Rufus, let's all go look at some of these crypts. I don't know which ones are you guys interested in.
I want to look at the first dukes.
Okay, the first Dukes. All right. So it's the final resting place of Belvis Eglwyn. There doesn't seem to be anything of value that, like, this place doesn't look like a lot of people have been in here, because it doesn't look like the clothes that the body, like the, I guess what's left of the body are dressed in are not really particularly like expensive clothes. I guess since Oren's not here, I can't tell you some information about the family, but that's fine. We'll stick with, it just looks a pretty simple chamber, and he seems to be the only one in here.
So,
I'm gonna look over.
yeah.
Take a look.
Nokren's gonna head over to the founder of the church's place.
Okay.
And start having a look through there.
Red is literally patrolling the
Yeah.
graveyard, waiting for anyone to try to come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grits is watching you.
Great axe ready,
okay.
by the way.
No
Tim,
one's coming in.
Are you gonna roll anything yourself, or just
Oh, are you asking me?
or you could assist Rufus if you really wanted to and give him advantage.
Well, first of all, there are 2 crypts in here that I want to take a look at.
Uh-huh.
But for now, I would probably help Rufus. Yeah.
Okay.
So should I do an investigation roll on here?
You could roll on your own, or you could have him get advantage. Your choice.
I'll roll on my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Dan.
Rufus will be like looking around, and like it doesn't look like the body has been disturbed at all, as if perhaps maybe there's nothing of actual value that was ever really on it. But Tim continues to be a wonder at all this kind of crap, because apparently he always makes his investigation checks to he basically figures out that for some god-awful reason, someone made it that there's some kind of catch to the wall behind the first Duke.
Why? That's
I'll
Tim,
crawl
by the
in
way.
there.
Tim is saying that. Why?
It seems to be sealed, like with some kind of lock. The kind that perhaps your tools will actually work on.
Yay!
Hold on. Do we have a normal key that might also
And
fit this
then
hole?
nat
This
one.
one, you can try it, and it won't work on this one. I will let you
Cool.
know.
Okay. No, thank you. I just wanted to make sure.
Wait,
Yes.
Wasn't that key found in a wizard's place?
Yes, it was found.
It
in
was,
Wizard's
which is
Place.
why I'm just wanting to test it everywhere, but I have a feeling I know where it's going to be used. But it was more of a process of elimination thing here. Yeah.
So what do I roll again?
Thieves' tools. It'd be
Thieves-
dexterity, proficiency. Pretty much.
Uh,
We'll have to put a thieves' tools check in your.
yeah.
Okay.
12.
You're terrible. It doesn't seem to open.
Can you just like try again while I go fuck off and check off the the wizard's script?
He could.
Okay, I'm gonna go check on the wizard's crypt. You have fun over here.
And Nokren is currently looking around the oh, that's not bad.
That's
I'll
all.
take
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So, you
That's
can
the religion.
You can see that the father was buried with a very elaborate holy symbol. Investigating it, you do get there's some kind of divine sense to it. Like maybe it has, like, again, similar to the blessings you saw at the altar, except this is like a holy symbol of the church outside kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, up to you if you want to play around with it. It looks valuable, but also you do get the sense there is still some divine energy from the cleric left over in it.
Yeah, what I would do is I would look around it more and like have a bit. I'd have a good look at it, but I don't think unless there was something else I noticed about it specifically, I'd probably want to leave it there with him.
It does seem this is out in the open, and that whoever was going through here beforehand left it here too.
Yeah. I figured that was probably going to be the case, so I'll head on out of there.
Okay.
You want to do your search?
Sure.
Yeah, I wanna take a look around the
Wizards. Okay.
Well, specifically, I actually want to look. I want to look in Mercady's crypt first, the one reserved for him.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's just empty.
It's
but
just empty. Yes.
yeah, cool.
Mhm.
That's all I wanted to know about that one, and then I'd make my way over to the wizard's crypt, and
You'll take a look,
So nosy.
and
well, you know,
you'll see
my
that
old friend.
there is a body in like a kind of sarcophagus in this crypt, but it's kind of like got very simple robes, no any kind of special items on it.
I'd like to investigate further because I have a
What?
feeling there might be
Go ahead.
A key
a
somewhere.
spot for a key.
All right, you indeed do
What the
find
fuck?
on like apparently like on the back. Somehow you always make these investigation checks. There seems to be some kind of keyhole on the back.
I wonder what that might
Yeah.
be for.
Nokren, by the way, would have gone over to Rufus to see what he was doing with the
Yes.
first room.
Well, Rufus, if you want to roll your other check to see what's going on with Nokren and you, and we'll see how that goes, and we'll see
Yep.
what happens after we finish up.
Nokren will react differently depending.
Let me see. Nope, that didn't work. Okay,
Nope.
I'm just gonna.
Certainly terrible.
Worse.
I mean, someone else could try to use the thieves' tools.
Yeah,
Like
you know,
Nokren, you want to try your
Nokren
luck?
might actually go. Can I have a shot of this?
It's just a
if
straight
you
dex
if you
check for you.
fail,
It's just a straight dex check since you have no proficiency.
God damn.
He does open it. We'll get to that in a second.
Dex is one of my best stats.
Knocker's just like, hey, I think you're doing it a little wrong. Here, you try it this way. Like he like just basically
just
go-
natural talent.
Yeah, just
Oh
natural
In
my
talent.
reality, what was happening is Rufus's arms couldn't reach. It was a really simple.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, so what will happen is the sarcophagus will lower down, and it kind of will reveal a little kind of staircase leading down to another chamber, where Tim, you will find what appears to be the actual body of Vincent. He has a ring on him. He's got some robes which are sort of in decent condition, and some kind of wand in his hands across his chest.
Yeah. So oh boy. I want to. So first of all, I do want to take the wand, obviously.
Just like-
But before I do that, I want to just check around the room, make sure that nothing's gonna like explode if I touch anything.
Sounds like a good. Go ahead, and that one I'm saying is this one will have to be perception just to see for any like explodey things.
Is it perception then?
This one's gonna be perception
Yeah.
though. Yes. You don't see any
All
explodey
right.
stuff.
Before I grab anything, because I don't trust myself, and Tim doesn't really trust himself with this kind of stuff, because the last time he did trust himself with this kind of stuff, he lost his mind. He would call back and say, would one of you more perceptive folks come join me down here for a moment? I found something. That's
I'll take a look for you since I'm not really helpful over here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You don't see anything.
The dice hate me tonight.
They hate you for they really do apparently.
So,
Wow. Yeah.
I wanna. He'd trust Rufus with that. 100%. He'd trust Rufus
So
with that.
far, he has actually not steered you wrong.
That's my point. Like
Yeah,
he has
yeah.
steered us correctly so far. So he would trust him, but what he'd be doing first is he'd be making an Arcana check, on the items without removing them from Vincent's body yet.
Okay. Go ahead.
Is that
Yeah, go ahead.
doable?
Roll Arcana. Yeah, go ahead. Roll Arcana. Just take a look at him. Yeah. The wand looks like an actual magic wand. You get a feeling it probably
Okay.
is some kind. You're not sure what. But like everything else on him, he just seems to have some like fine robes and a fine ring on him. It doesn't seem to be magical. I mean, if you wanted to just have some nice stuff and/or sell it, I guess you could.
I'm not that much of a dick. I want to search around the room a little bit more as well. I want to investigate.
Because I mean, okay, this is.
Is there anything like based on just what I would see, is there anything worth investigating into?
Probably not. It seems like a very simple chamber that, like, you know, he hid his actual body in because whatever. Because wizard.
Yeah. Because
wizard.
probably
Because
trapped.
wizard.
Shoot. I know Tim would grab them, so I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna take the wand and the ring.
Okay. You have the wand and the ring. Nothing
Okay.
seems to happen.
No
Okay.
explosions?
No explosions so far.
So, how cursed am I right now?
You have no idea.
Good. Great.
All right.
I'm not gonna wear the ring. I'm gonna put the wand in my pack because I don't know anything about these two items yet. But I actually I would like to cast a spell on the ring specifically, because I recently added this to my spell book.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yes, very good.
fancy pants.
Oh, nice.
So Nokren, as Rufus runs off, I assume you kind of like can just push open the door if you want to or not.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So this leads to like a kind of long chamber, and in the back of it, kind of like standing, you can see like looks like a suit of armor and like sword kind of dressed up at the side. You can kind of see like it looks as if it's been repaired up, and you can see points in time where like it looks as though it was pierced by like hundreds of arrows. And as soon as you step in, you
would I notice that before I step in? Because the second I notice that, Nokren's gonna stop and go back up, like out, and wait.
It will be like when you kind of step in, you notice it.
Okay.
A booming voice echoes throughout here that you can almost feel the presence coming from the body displayed in the armor. Deeds to be measured, deeds that are done. Take up my arms, traveler. Prove thy worth to this dead man. Protect the line. Glory to the eagle's wing.
Guys.
Well, nothing I would have wanted anyway.
He has a breastplate, a shield, and a longsword.
Nothing I could use.
Shield and longsword.
The breastplate seems of fine design. Again, it seems like it's been highly repaired, and it has the blazon insignia of the castle on its front. The shield itself seems to also have that symbol, but also seems to be made of like some kind of very heavy, dark material.
Ooh.
And the sword has very intricate designs on it. If eventually Tim will probably kind of wander up, it appears that's like got like elven designs etched into it.
That's what I was gonna ask, because it sound like from what you were describing, it sounded elven. I want to do. Can I do an Arcana check?
Sure.
Cool.
a lot
it's
of
like 25 longswords.
Yeah, it's a lot. I've got
Look.
two. I've got one unknown, and now I've got this one.
Yeah. That Arcana check was specifically for the breastplate. It wasn't for anything else, because I didn't really care about anything else.
Okay. The breastplate
Yeah.
does seem to have some kind of enchantment upon it.
Oh, enchantment, but it's not magical, so it could be a curse. Okay.
No, it's
gotcha.
it's magical.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
so
okay, cool.
might not be a curse.
Mhm.
Okay. Now you
I
still
mean-
haven't told me what this fucking ring is.
Oh yeah. He did
I
cast
don't think
Identify
I've
in the
forgotten. Are you waiting for me to like put it on? Is that what's happening here? Because that's not happening, Matt. It's not happening. I'm not putting it on.
Identify tag.
Oh, you just took a minute to cast Identify?
I did. Of course I
Oh,
did.
In
Yes.
the other room, yeah.
Which you identify? The wand?
The ring.
Which ring are we talking about?
The one I took from Vincent's body.
Oh, it's not magical.
Oh, then I identified the wand, because
Yeah,
what else would I
it's
be
a wand of
identifying?
War Wizard. +1.
Ooh.
I don't know what that is, so we'll talk later.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I can look it up, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so has anyone checked this stuff for traps? Because Once you do that, then I'll pick it up. At the moment, I'm looking at it like I want it, but I don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
I'm still patrolling with Red.
Yeah, the two of them are
Well,
like hanging
rather,
out.
I
I'm.
guess I'll come back.
Did they hear the booming voice?
I mean,
You said plus
everyone
one?
probably in the crypt, yes. Yeah, +1.
Thank you.
Okay, I like it.
So, obviously, having heard that voice, Tim would have come up, and so the breastplate is magical.
Yes.
I'm gonna use my second.
It's Wand of the War Mage. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found it. I'm gonna, cause I'm curious about this breastplate. I wanna take a minute and use my second spell slot to.
So while I'm looking around the edges for anything that could be like a trap, you're doing that.
I'm coming in and helping.
Okay. It seems just to be it's a +1 breastplate.
Cool.
Ooh.
But the problem is now taking it off of said
Yeah.
deaded.
That's what I'm worried about.
You could unhook it, probably. Rufus, there's no traps, Rufus says.
What about? Did I notice any traps before when I?
No, you didn't either.
Okay, then I'm gonna unhook it.
Okay.
He says no traps. I trust him. Unhook.
Breastplate comes off fine.
Making me so
I'm the
paranoid.
unluckiest roller.
Yeah, I'm like,
the
why are you
luckiest-
guys so paranoid?
Well, Tim is paranoid anyways. Like that's just one of his personality traits. So
Yeah.
like he's also probably infecting everybody else with that too, just by
A little bit,
being
yeah.
like, be careful, everybody.
Fritz,
I'll
you
say
were
this much:
patrolling.
Doc would probably trust him a bit more than we should at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Okay,
was
so-
patrolling with Red.
I'm gonna take off the shield and longsword as well.
Okay.
We're
Nothing happens. Sweet. Pack it all up. I hear it.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna go check out the Duke's father then.
in
Okay.
while Tim and Nokren are still in the room together, we're just obviously leaving. I would say, do you feel anything with those?
I'm gonna stop and do what I did with the sword before. Although I think we have to take a short.
The thing is, as soon as you are you putting on the armor and stuff?
I think that takes time with heavy armor, doesn't it? So I can't really
It's
just.
medium armor.
Oh, it's
Breastplate's
medium armor.
Because it's Elven.
No,
Yeah.
breastplate is medium.
Oh, okay.
The long sword is of Elven design.
Oh, right. Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, I probably wouldn't be putting it on then if it's medium. Who else? What's everyone else's armors?
None. I'm
I-
an armored class.
None
Skin.
as well.
I can't
Okay.
use medium.
So what would this one be in terms of defense? If it's
I
plus
have to look
one.
up a breastplate off the top of my head. I don't have that. And also,
I would be asking specifically because about
that's
about
the
the sword
sword,
and,
yeah.
and the sword and the shield as well. And I'd say, do you feel anything with those? Are they?
I think Nokren
breastplate
would say
starts
like
with base AC 14, medium armor.
okay. Nokren would be saying not yet, but it was only I only noticed it when we had a rest with it, when I had time to sort of really look it over.
Would you like me to do an Arcana check on them just to see if they're magical in the first place?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna pull out both and put them side by side.
Okay.
Not bad.
So you're checking the what?
The sword and the shield. The elven longsword and
The shield doesn't seem magic in the same way that it seems like the
Yeah.
material's very interesting.
Right.
And
So well crafted, kind of
Yes.
like the armor of the savage one,
yes,
but obviously different. But
the
just
sword,
like a weapon
the sword
put there.
also seems to be well crafted and made of some kind of strange material, but no magic.
Strange
on it.
material, but no magic.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And
Well, thank you. Put them away.
Worth checking.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Would there, just out of character, would there be anywhere in town we can take things to get them properly, like, looked at? Like, would there be anyone in town I could take the sword to and they might be able to know anything about it, or?
Blacksmiths.
possibly, the dwarven
But they're
blacksmith maybe.
Dwarven. They won't care about it.
But yeah, you should be able to use the medium armor though.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you should, right? But like,
I can, but I think it drops my AC down 1, which is not too bad. For medium
well,
armor, it
it's-
gets rid of the disadvantage.
This will be it's technically magic, so your base AC with it would be 15 plus. You can have up to what's your dex?
Oh, right. My dex is 1. Plus 1. So
You'd have a.
it's 12.
You'd have a 16, and you know.
Oh,
And that's,
that would give me the same AC as normally, which is better because then I don't have disadvantage.
Yes, chainmail.
So yeah,
Slightly better, or the breastplate slightly better than chainmail.
yeah. Then, yeah, I guess I would be taking that.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll wait until we have like a short moment to actually do the
Okay.
whole swap over.
I'll let you know now so I won't forget, but when you wear it, you get a flash of who this person was.
Ooh, okay.
It's as if, like, he was some kind of traveling knight, and it seems like in the very early days of the manor, a group of orcs came down from the wildlands, and the duke was, the current duke at the time was not ready. And this man stood his ground against them. Against 200 against 1.
Okay, damn.
And he held them off long enough for the duke to rally the farmhands and the soldiers around the area to drive them off once again to the wildlands.
Like a mouse.
But of
Damn.
course, when they was found, he was impaled by dozens of spears and swords and covered in arrows.
Damn. Okay then.
And then the words that you heard him say kind of ring truer. You know what you heard.
Yeah. Can I write down exactly what he
Sure.
said?
I can throw it into chat. Just give me a second.
That would be great, and I'll just copy it down. Thanks.
Just roll.
I didn't mean to.
I don't know what it is. It's
Nothing.
blank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Brits, as we're patrolling around, Red turns to you. What short lady do?
So Grits kind of will look up at you because you're very tall and she's very short, and just kind of hold up her fists. I punch things, and I draw maps, and she'll make like a motion with her hand like she's drawing, and see if
How
you
hard?
understand. How hard? How hard what? Punch?
Punch!
It's not about how hard, it's about how accurate.
How? How punch?
Alright, so can I try to, like, basically, so I'm probably, like, knee height on him, punch him in the kneecap to, like, get, like, a knee-jerk reaction?
Sure.
Make an attack roll.
Yeah.
Make an attack roll. Oh, gosh. I don't actually have unarmed in my thing. Let's see, it's gonna be just a plus.
Yeah, let's punch the giant
Rufus,
rage monster.
I'll let you know while they're figuring this out. Okay, yes.
Oh boy.
The chamber of the Duke's father appears a bunch of the older Dukes are in there. They're all on display, kind of like they're buried in okay clothes. No kind of items of value seem to be on them. Whether or not they were buried with them or already taken, it's hard to say.
So nothing.
Nothing. Nope. You certainly punch him in the knee.
Were there any more crypts? Just
You kind of checked out all of them.
cool.
You checked out all the ones that I'm gonna, you found everything about.
Cool.
That's what they say.
Good. Stream cat. Sorry. Continue.
She's not here.
Stream cat.
Different stream cats.
Different stream cat.
Different string cat.
Yeah.
So yeah, Red, you get a kind of punch to the knee that gives you kind of a near drink, like a kind of like reaction, like. You feel,
I just want this
actually,
to
wait, no.
kick crits.
Roll me
Just-
a attack roll, please.
Me?
Red,
Or...
yes, Red.
Red.
Okay. I just have Great Axe ready, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
do that one.
Okay.
Not great.
Okay, so what happens is, like, she punches you in the knee, and you basically do the doctor's, like, you kick out,
The knee jerk.
The knee jerk, and you barely miss bunting the dwarf.
Not barely. I have a 14 AC, thank you.
Okay, the dwarf simply like dodges out of the way of the giant kick you get.
Thank you. Surprisingly agile for a stumpy-legged dwarf.
Me no do that. Leg have mind of own.
I know.
Okay. And he keeps walking.
So, I'm assuming we're all
Meeting up.
leaving,
Yeah, and leaving. Okay.
and I wanna go to the shops.
All right. What you getting at the shops?
Well, like I specifically want to sell a couple scrolls.
Okay.
I want to go back to the person
Alright.
who has that guard scroll, or that you know what I mean, the shield guard
Yes,
shield.
shield.
Thank
Yes.
you.
had to
Look,
go
it was a
back to-
defense thing.
You had to go back to Vincent's.
Yeah.
Even though it's not run by a man named Vincent anymore.
No.
But you just found
No.
Vincent's grave, so I mean.
Yeah, that's a positive thing. Now the ring, does it seem to be like a family ring at all or anything like
I
that?
don't really see any symbols on it. It looks just to be like a really nice ring. So it probably did have some significance, but it doesn't have enough
To actually
symbolic
associate it.
information to be like, oh, this has like with particularly this family.
Okay. Would he be interested in buying it?
Probably not.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Cause like, you know, I figured that would be a dick move.
He'd definitely be fine with if you wanted maybe to trade him for a scroll for scroll.
Yeah, so what I was thinking, I'm gonna pull up the list that you gave me. So I've taken. By the way, I actually only ended up putting 3 in for now.
Okay.
Oh no. Yeah, no, 3. But one of them's in the spellbook, so it doesn't matter. I've used magic missile and sleep, so I want to look at getting rid of color spray and alarm.
Okay.
Would he give me? Yeah. Well, Tim's gonna walk in and be holding those 2 scrolls in his hand, and just you know, say, "Hi, I found some scrolls.
Okay.
I'm interested in scrolls. You have a shield scroll, do you not?
Yes.
Would you take one of these scrolls for that shield scroll? You have 2 of them, don't you?
Yes. That'd be a fine trade. Give me a little bit more variety in my wares.
Yeah. I think this could benefit both of us. Would you prefer color spray or alarm?
The colorful one sounds like it would probably sell more.
I agree. And I'd happily
Like,
make that trade.
Let me actually roll something here. Just give me a second here. He's gonna say that.
Yeah. Okay.
Does anyone tell Red to stop patrolling the frame?
I would have if you guys are leaving, I would have like tugged on
Yeah,
his.
Nokren would have also
Can't,
made
like,
sure he came.
Let's go, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll drag you along.
Tim wasn't going to.
done
Tim
changing
was
the
just gonna leave you there until we were ready to leave, basically.
Well,
Give you a task, leave you with it.
since I am part of the group at the moment, I'm gonna be poking random knickknacks in the store.
I would
Not
let him.
breaking things, just like poking, moving them around.
Just like,
Red,
what does this do?
just please be careful, okay?
He's not breaking anything. It's fine.
Red gentle.
Thank you, Red. Just wanted to make sure.
If you want to sell him the other scroll, I'm going to tell you
Yeah.
now, he does not have liquid cash enough to buy it. But what he'd be willing to do is perhaps trade you, like, enough materials to scribe into some... He probably has materials to scribe stuff into spellbooks and such. This is probably where you could get it.
Okay, so like, so basically, instead of spending 50 gold
Mhm.
on transcribing a spell, I'll be able to. So basically, trading a scroll for the ability to transcribe one spell into my
It'll be
spellbook.
probably a couple more, but he can probably trade
Oh,
you for,
beautiful.
like, we'll say like 4 more. For the
4
other
more?
Scroll. Yeah.
Damn.
Beautiful. Yeah, let's do
Uh-huh.
that. Absolutely.
But well,
100%.
technically, it would be in quotations 4 more, but it's 4 more first level or slightly less of higher level spells if you want to put them in your spellbook at some point in time.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll probably put 2 more in pretty quickly and then
Save
leave
the
the
rest.
other 2. Yeah, just in case.
Yes.
While we're here, how much would like an amount of parchment and inks, how much would it be to get a bunch so I can transcribe scripts and stuff when I need to for my spells when I need to
depends
later
on how
on?
much you want to get. If you want to get like I'll say if you just want to spend 10 gold, you'll have, in quotations, a supply of them.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that then.
So we don't have to keep track of numbers, we'll just say like, you got a supply of some stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Real quick question. I was given a quote-unquote supply of stuff to make maps, correct? From the
Yes.
Duke.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't have to worry about buying more of that.
And you have a loose map now, so that helps too.
Yeah.
So Tim would thank the shopkeeper. I can't remember his name right now. And Tim wouldn't either. Tim would just, he's still forgetful, just less so.
Yes.
Just in a more asshole way.
Yeah, more in a he doesn't actually care kind of way. But he'd say, "Thank you very much. I appreciate all your help." And I did, while we were down in the crypts, I did find this ring. Do you recognize it at all?
No, I'm sorry.
That's all right. And Tim would just pocket it again. Not mention it, just say, I just thought I'd ask, just in case.
Yep.
And, yeah, I'm happy with that. Tim would be saying this, I'm happy with that. I don't really need to do anything else. I did want to check at the blacksmith for chains, but...
they had normal chain, but not, like, super sturdy chain like you're
specifically what it would cost them to make it.
Do they have all my cow traps?
They stopped making
They had
them.
25,
They did
right?
25, and then things changed,
Yeah.
and they stopped making them.
Damn.
Hey,
about
that's
hunting
25 caltrops.
Yeah. I'll say it's probably enough for, like, a bag of caltrops if you want a bag of caltrops.
Heck yeah, I want a bag of cow traps.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
They'll just be like, here. I mean, they're like, just like, it's not expensive for a bag of caltrops.
And the hunting traps for me?
Sure.
Did I order? Yeah,
Here.
good.
Yep.
I'm also going to try and see if they'll buy the armor, like as in my old armor. So was it chainmail? I think.
Yeah.
They traded
Yeah.
them right now for something?
What do they have?
What do they have?
Not
Yeah,
a
that's-
lot. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Do they have materials for heavy chain?
they probably have a supply for them. But like,
How do you feel about losing your old
yeah,
armor?
he basically, they have chainmail, hide armor, leather armor, and shields.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll say if I give you this, when we get back from what we're doing, can you have a big, heavy, sturdy chain ready for us?
Sure. I get something really great. How long do you want it?
We'll look at Tim.
6
Pardon?
feet. 6 feet in length. Would like
6
two
feet?
of them.
2 6-foot
Yep,
lengths
that
of
one.
change, big, heavy, sturdy. Sure.
Heavy, enough to hold a boat in place if it were on stormy seas, if you know what I'm talking about.
All right. Yeah. Not as familiar with the boat, but I got an idea of what you're talking about. Like drawbridge chain.
Yes,
Yeah.
precisely.
All right. That can be made. Sure.
And
That I can do that.
strong cuffs for the end of them. There's
To attach to something. Okay.
there's a the father would be able to tell you the size. I'm not sure offhand, but we'll stop in and let him know that you'd be in communication and let him know what we need him to measure.
Okay. All right. Anything else with the shops, or all of you good to go?
Very quickly, I'm going to ask the blacksmith about the greatsword.
He does not recognize it.
Okay, that's
Does he-
all I need for now.
Does he recognize the breastplate or the elven longsword or the shield?
Oh yeah.
He will recognize that. He will note that the shield is adamantine.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of good.
Yeah, what does that do to it?
That's kind of good.
Effectively, I'll give it to you that it can act like you would on adamantine medium or heavy armor. That basically, because it's like it's normal statistics of a shield, but it's much larger than your average shield. You know, you can negate criticals with it.
Damn. Okay.
I'm going to say
Noted.
it's not as good as a medium or heavy armor, which kind of automatically does it. This one, you can spend a bonus action to basically be like, nah, shield, if you're using it.
Okay.
Tim would also turn to Red at this point and say, Red,
Red!
do you need to buy anything from the shop?
No.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
Red. Thank you, Red.
Shall we go talk to? Finally, talk to the captain of the guard.
Just need to quickly pop into the cathedral, let the father know that
Oh,
I need
yeah.
him to measure the risks
Gosh.
of the
They'll take care of
the
that.
beast.
We'll take
And then
care of that.
and then
We'll
we
say
go
that
then
Off the
yeah,
gallon.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That happens, Captain the Guard.
Yeah.
So,
I love that. We're gonna walk up wearing all of this new gear with like all of these horns and weapons. Like, let's do this.
he'll like look at you and be like, and like think about like, you'll see him like thinking for a second and be like, at least it looks like you found some things to help out.
We did.
Red!
And,
And some people.
that one.
Oh, he's gonna put his hand on his head. Oh, hello again. Red now.
Red!
What were you
Yeah.
calling him, Captain Malik?
He didn't have a name. People were just giving him nicknames left and right.
We're sticking with Red now.
Sounds fine.
Yeah.
Well, to reassure you, the walls are secure for now, so don't worry about them. The castle should remain while you are gone. Though I must
Should.
say, these savage ones have yet to mount a serious offensive. We'll try not to give them a chance, but
The
I know a lot about them.
the one in the dungeon is dead.
I heard.
Tell you that.
I heard.
Now, I want to know, and just before we do anything else,
Mhm.
how did you capture that beast? Because it nearly ripped our heads off.
We came across it asleep.
Oh, fair enough then.
That explains a lot.
Well,
It seems to have
All
found
right.
an area that was a little hidden off path, but we heard a noise from that area. I guess what would be close enough to its snore? And came upon it. And it
Fair
didn't
enough.
wake up to us, fortunately enough for us to capture it. Well,
lucky
I
us.
do have some information that may be able to help you about your exploration of the valley. And I would ask that if you can find anything else, you share it with us, so I can
Course.
spread it to my men. I've been in charge of pretty much the hunters and the scouts as they're trying to check out things now. Our scouting groups have dwindled as those many died, of course, in what happened with the goblins, and also we just didn't have numbers anyway, and many of those that had been with us are now busy with other things in the castle. Do you have any kind of map? I believe Mercedes was working on one.
Grits.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna. Nokren's gonna turn to Grits.
We're all turning to grits at this
Yeah.
point, I think.
No, I thought I thought Orin had it still.
Orin would
Let's say we
probably
got that
give
off
it-
him.
Yeah. We'll just say
Okay.
you got it
I'm
off.
like, I'm pretty sure he never actually gave it to me. I think he showed it to me and then squirreled it back away.
I'm pretty
He
sure he
might
would have
have.
given
That-
it to
that
Grits,
might
or
be
he might have given it to Tim, who probably would have given it to Grits. Then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that sounds like
Captain,
Tim.
what you did.
Okay, yeah, I would produce said map.
All right.
Gotcha.
So the first thing, beware this bridge down here to the southwest. One of my men saw what can best describe as a giant across from there. And it seems to be, I don't know if they're allies or at least at peace, get along with these savage ones. So, probably an enemy of our own. At least they don't seem to be crossing the river. Also, the river seems to be very dangerous, so I would not suggest going for a swim.
This was to the south.
The river is actually looping all around you. If you take a look at the map,
Yeah, it is.
So we can't cross the bridge and we can't ford the river.
There are still there's
I
a lot of
mean-
areas to the north we can check out still.
Oh,
by the looks of
okay,
it, before
so-
the river.
the castle's the square on the map. Everything around the castle is the central grassland. To your south is the southern marshes, a swamp. It seems pretty dangerous and deadly, but I haven't seen any sign of savage ones there, so it might be a good place of any of someone to hide there, maybe? There has been signs of maybe like old boats and rafts that a couple of people have seen around there that maybe you could forge into it. Let's see here. The area to the west is, well, the two other areas are forests. Northwest, northeast. Those kind of like areas from the central grassland. Northwest seems to be the, I would call them, centralized area of our friends, the savage ones. They seem to be hanging out in that area. There always seems to be some kind of fire lit in there. So the scouts have dubbed it the Day Glow Forest. Always glowing during the day.
Which one was that? Was that both the North Forest areas, or was
that's
it
the Northwest Forest area?
Northwest?
Yes. You know, it's easy to see where the grassland is and the river, and basically think of the two areas to the northwest, northeast as forests. There is another forest across the river there that you guys can see, and two waterfalls. But anyway,
Awesome.
to the the northeast forest here. That's an odd one. Again, it's another place those savages don't travel to. But something odd. Any of our scouts that seem to go in there seem to get lost and come back out. Maybe there's some kind of protective magic to it that keeps them out. I don't know about these things. The other thing that I might note is, you see that cliff up above the forest there, the northeastern one?
Yes.
Yep.
That cliff line, which seems to be kind of to our north, a much smaller cliff than the ones that seem to surround us. Someone saw like what looks to me maybe a castle structure up there. Maybe you can find a way up there. Those seem less difficult to climb, but I think they're still a couple 100 feet up.
Ooh, that could go poorly.
No.
Okay, so we got. So what are the things that you would like checked out, if anything?
Maybe find out about that forest to the northeast. If there's some kind of protective magic there, maybe that can help us. And also, as dangerous as it seems, maybe the swamp. That's another area that, if someone might be around close by to us, that would be very close. Our castle is incredibly close to there. Portions of it.
Red, please stop eating your hand. It's not food. You need a ration?
No. Red tired of words.
Tim is also tired of words. Let's go.
Okay.
Anyone have any preferences?
Mysterious forest sounds more interesting to me than deadly swamp, personally.
I agree.
Nokren is going to agree with that. Yeah, I don't think...
My only disagreement with that is that strong magics that are protecting forest is probably protecting something in the forest.
I'm not necessarily suggesting that we enter the forest. I'm simply suggesting that we investigate the outside of the forest. See what comes in and out.
Nokren's going to turn to Tim here. I'm right in assuming that magic hasn't quite been working right here. Isn't that the case?
It's my understanding.
So that makes me even more curious about the forest. Maybe it's causing that.
It could be, but I don't really see how. The only way that would be the case is if there was some kind of magic emanating out from the forest, but it seems that the magic is somewhat contained to the forest. I might be wrong, but that's just a cursory glance. My general understanding is actually fairly limited, despite what you may think.
Yeah.
I have lost many years. It's
fair.
hard to keep up on all these new magics.
Could it be an area where the magic is allowed?
Yeah, because I was going to say, also it's a large area where magic distance doesn't seem to work here. So why is it working so well in a large area there?
Who knows? I don't have an answer
Something
for
to
you.
learn about either way.
I'm interested in it. That's why I suggested it.
Nokren would be as well. Nokren knows marshes, knows how dangerous they can be, and if the other guys, the savage ones, are avoiding it, it's probably even more dangerous.
Red,
So-
Red.
where do you want to go?
Oh no.
Trees
Where
or
Red
wet
kill?
smush? Trees or wet smush? Which one would you like, Red?
Trees.
Trees.
Trees
Good
are-
It
choice,
is.
Red. Grits?
I couldn't really care less. Magic isn't my thing, and swamps aren't my thing either, so
Well, maybe the grasslands along the way will be.
sure.
I'm curious to see what happens if you draw a map while we go through the forest.
Oh, she will
Ooh.
be drawing maps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am
could be real
excited for
interesting.
that.
Yeah. You head.
Forest.
I'm assuming now you head to the castle gates. You prepare yourselves and are ready to head out.
Yay.
Yeah.
You said I had 25 caltrops, correct?
Sure. You have a bag of caltrops. Call it a bag of caltrops.
Well, I'm asking for a very specific reason, so
Yes.
25.
Yes.
Are you
know
doing
what I
breadcrumbs?
forgot to ask, just real quick?
Uh-huh.
With the black, well, and probably with Tim, we had that one long sword that was magical.
Yes.
We forgot to check that one.
I don't have any magic left. I'd really actually like to rest before we leave, but you know.
We probably what we do is get to the
you
area.
are a
and camp
wizard
outside.
and you can ritual cast something, I believe.
Yeah, arcane recovery, but that only gives me
No,
one
no,
slot
no.
though.
You ritual spells.
It's a ritual card.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
take a lot of time and just cast it. And I think identify, I believe, is a ritual spell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if
It is.
it is.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
What we can do is we can get to the outside area and camp near it.
I'm okay with that, but I'll. Do we want to like
I assume
while we're
you
talking?
also purchased or traded for the pearl worth 100 gold pieces, which you could have done.
Yes, sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Yeah,
Because-
that
because
happened.
the gem and jewel guy would have had that.
Yeah, we did that when we were coming back from the shops. You see.
Yes. And that
Yeah.
allows you to cast Identify. It doesn't get used up, you just have to keep using it.
Cool.
Alright, so emerging out into the grasslands around you, you will find that only 3 of you really can see what you're doing. And Tim, it's not easy to see where you're going for your height.
So the grass is like 6'4", is what you're saying.
Yes. It's like,
Okay.
your like eyes are sort of above it just a little bit at times. You have to kind of like stand on tippy toes to get really good. The only people that can really see are Nokren and Red because they're way big.
Red.
I'm gonna
Single
say for like
file.
the first 30 meters or so, Nokren's trying to hack away at the grass with the glaive to try and help,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "No, that's too much."
Yeah,
Puts it away.
Red.
Red.
Would you pick up Rufus and put him on your shoulders, please?
Rufus.
Rufus, what do you see?
A vast open landscape.
Great. Glad your eyes are working. Let's continue this way, and this way we have some
The
eyes on
grasslands
things.
themselves are mostly just open, rolling plains. There's occasional trees here and there. Rufus, from your better vantage point, I'll give you that you can notice a couple of things here and there. As you travel, you do notice there appears to be a number of creatures that live out here. There seems to be some kind of stag, which seems to be the main herd animal out around here. And you do, at some point in time, off to one side, see, some kind of horrible mantis creature murdering the crap out of a stag. And, no one else can see
Steer
that.
clear of that. Steer clear of this area over to that way.
Don't go
Which
to your
way?
left.
Left. And
No. Go right.
Right.
Continue straight, Red. Just keep following us.
Follow the blue one.
Yeah.
There's this
Red,
horrible noises that seem
follow
to
blue.
kind of echo through the area from that, which you're pretty sure is very unpleasant sounding of horrible mantis creature devouring stag.
No camping.
alive.
So no camping.
No camping in this area. Yeah, no.
like there was a point in time that you swear you could hear the howls of wolves.
So no
But they don't-
camping anywhere.
It does not seem to get anywhere close to you, though.
Okay. Oh, throughout all this time, Nokren would have his glaive out and have it in front of him, breaking the grass instead of him just walking through it. Like in terms of like, just have it be so it's the thing that first goes through the grass, not him. To lead him a bit, just in case.
I'm just gonna skip through like any kind of like encounters a little bit here, just like narrate a little bit here, just because I want to save some time. Like there's a point in time where one of you runs into like a small dog-sized tick, which comes for you guys,
Holy crap!
and you manage to dispatch it quite quickly, but it still is like, holy crap, what the fuck is this thing?
Oh boy. And what does it feed off of?
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
What it feeds off of might not live.
Like Nokren would take a couple of notes about it and jot it down just to be ready to give to someone when we're back at the thing.
Yep. There's a couple others, like creatures, like, it seems like, you avoid some kind of poisonous snake that appears to be this area. You hear this kind of strange laughing noise. That seems like almost like a barkish laugh.
Like a hyena?
Maybe like a hyena. But it seems a little unusual, though.
Knocker's gonna turn avoid or check out.
Just avoid.
Avoid.
Avoid it is.
Avoid everything. Red. There will be plenty for you to kill later. Don't worry.
You will need to rest at certain points in time. How do you want to? It is a couple of days' journey.
Oh, okay. So it is like
It's a vast valley. Yeah.
So you said there were trees?
There are a couple of trees here and there.
So we'd probably post up near one of the signposts saying, "Hey, potentially tasty meals here."
It's up to you guys.
Are the trees close together?
No. They're like scattered apart throughout the area.
Well, I think we should go to one of the trees regardless, because it might be something to climb in case there's any danger.
Live itself.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true. It could be.
It could be. But I think we should go up to one of the trees.
I think trees would be a better bet as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
If nothing else, whoever is scouting while the others rest can be up in the tree.
That's a good point. Yeah.
with
assuming
the height
it's
advantage.
assuming it's not a treant of some kind and is gonna murder
That's
us.
true.
It is not, fortunately.
Well, good.
Good news.
Good news!
We get to the tree.
General
Knocker just
news,
points
everybody.
Tim,
News, everyone.
Are you like up, trying to like be up in the tree looking out or something, or what? Just looking
Yeah.
at the tree. Okay.
Yeah, I climbed it.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy tree to climb. Think of it like more like the African savanna trees, that they're kind of spread out a lot. Except the grass is much taller around here.
Knocker's gonna set up a camper underneath the tree.
You get a very interesting sight at one point in time. You're like sort of up in the tree and you're like watching around and kind of scouting things out, like seeing like, oh, there's a group of stags off that way, of some kind of like stag type creature. And then you see like out in the distance a mantis and a massive bird creature fighting it out. Like the bird creature is walking around. Something like a massive mutant ostrich or something that seems quite vicious.
So flightless, or
Yeah.
looks flightless.
Looks
Tree
flightless.
moose.
Tree moo, except
Not
like,
tree moo.
like also the size of the
Ooh.
mantis, so they're kind of even.
Those could be mounts.
Yes.
Those.
I mean,
Rufus.
it's less
Easy to
cool
train.
than the mantis, but still, it's probably
Might
better
be easy to train.
accurate.
Rufus.
I still want a mantis.
Rufus. Yes. There appears to be large birds here. We might want to confer that information to your mantis friend, the friend who you had who was willing to what did you say?
Willing to try to tame one.
Right. So the dead man that is back in town, you might want to tell him that there are birds that might be easier maybe to train, probably not, Because everything out here looks like it will murder us. But, you know, to each their own, I suppose.
Why talk to dead men?
Red.
Red.
Hi.
Hi.
It's an expression.
Oh!
He still doesn't get it.
No.
Nokren's gonna look at the area and look at what would be like the best approaches to our camp and put the hunter's traps hidden in the grass there.
Thank God.
There does seem to be a little like areas where the grass is probably a little easier to break through, so you kind of put them there. But
yeah,
it's still like it still could really approach from any direction.
Yeah, I know. It's something.
It's still something.
Numbers game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will have mostly restful nights on your travels.
Okay.
You will encounter at one point in time a couple of stags, which they are incredibly aggressive, is the only thing I can say about
Oh,
them.
damn, okay.
Awesome.
They are, like, very defensive, and they are very, like, coming after you. Like, you know...
Territorial.
Like, seemingly incredibly territorial.
Okay. I would also, each time we rest at the tree, I will climb up, like, as high up in the tree as I can, and probably sit up there for a good amount of time, sketching, like, very detailed maps.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, doing the whole, like, you see me holding up maybe, like, my finger, my thumb, and doing, like, measurements and, like, putting it on the map, like, okay, we've traveled this far, it's approximately this many miles, to start building a more accurate map.
Yes. Okay.
I'm assuming that we're resting at this point and that I have spells back and things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nokren, can I see that sword?
Yeah. Pulls out the long sword, hands it to you.
And then boop boop boop.
Yep. It is a +1 mithril greatsword.
Another great sword.
Oh, which sword you're talking about? Oh.
Sorry, the long sword.
Oh, the
Long
long sword.
The elven
Elven
longsword.
longsword.
Oh, you said
No,
it
not the
wasn't
elven
magic.
one.
It
The
wasn't
one that
magic.
was
The other one, the magical one.
the one
non-elven
that was with
one.
the cape.
Oh, the one
Yeah.
with the cape.
Yeah.
You want to identify the
Did
cape?
Did you identify the cape? Yeah.
Sure, why not just burn through all of my
Sure.
magic?
Or
you
you
can
can
ritual.
You can do
Yeah,
rituals.
no. We're doing rituals here. We're hanging out,
Yeah,
right?
You're hanging out.
this is
This is
Yeah,
rituals,
yeah.
Yeah, these
the
are rituals, then it's fine.
The longsword is just a +1 longsword also. It's just
Cool.
a +1 weapon. And the cloak is a cloak of protection.
Okay.
So,
That means whoever wears it gets +1 AC and +1 to all their saves.
so I'm gonna just hold on to that.
You already were probably wearing it.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely was wearing it. Just didn't know what it was.
Everybody just thought you stole a really nice looking cape from a dead guy.
Yeah.
It turns out it's a really nice looking cape.
Yeah.
You feel
Then
as
I need
though
to
you're
figure out how to
harder
put that
to
in.
murder.
Ideal. That's Tim's ideal world, is where he's harder to murder.
Anyway, after a good number of days, though, you will reach the edge of this forest. It is massive trees here, is the best way to describe the size of everything here. It is a area where the trees kind of like tower up. It seems a very thick and massive forest with a dense undergrowth. The trees themselves are probably like maybe like 50 foot up. Pretty decent size, but not like the most insanely height trees, though.
I would like to walk up to a tree and, like, tap on it and see if it responds. Just to make sure that they're not treants.
Yep, it's a tree.
It's a tree.
I thought you were about to say, it's a tree.
I'm gonna pull out one of my caltrops and tap it into the trunk of the tree as a marker.
Okay.
Hansel and Gretel. Absolutely.
Nice.
Except with caltrops, it won't
Except
be
with
eaten by
caltrops.
shit.
I'm obviously gonna pick up my trees and stuff, my traps as
it
we
still
go.
might be eaten.
Yeah. So Tim's gonna look at these trees as well, and he's gonna look at him for magic.
Okay.
What the fuck?
All right.
Will.
I don't know.
This is an interesting one because it's not like you feel like there's a magic to the forest itself without actually being
The tree
magical.
specific.
Yeah. There seems to be something about the forest that just seems mystic.
Interesting.
That's all I get for a nat 20, huh? Okay.
You get the sense that maybe you could track it in a way towards its source.
All right. I'm into
Kill source?
So assuming I keep rolling well is what you're telling me, we could maybe track it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
If you want to, you can go start doing that.
I would turn to, like, Tim would turn to everybody and say, well, it's certainly magical. I think if we're lucky, we could maybe track the magic to the source. I don't know if you guys feel like exploring a mystical forest today, but we're here.
Okay.
I'm up for it.
All right.
I'm interested in it.
So you'll kind of wander through the woods for a while, and it seems as though there's like, I know we're finishing up here in a second.
No, I wanted to do a survival check.
Okay, go ahead.
Good call.
Very good call. Damn.
Okay.
Very nice.
Damn.
Between you and Tim, this will work together. Then we'll say, okay. Eventually,
Yeah,
you
we
come
will.
across what you could call is almost a path through the woods, which is very unusual. You feel as though like finding your way to that path was difficult, as if like the forest itself was trying to turn you back. You kind of follow that trail as it kind of emerges into like this almost small like little opening of a grove within there. And there's kind of like this dim light cascading down through the branch of the trees, which are kind of like hiding over top of it. And you kind of see like on the other side of there, the trees once again part for this kind of dark path with this cascade of light kind of following the way. And you can hear kind of strange sounds emanating from there that almost hear like whispers.
Oh dear.
And we'll leave it right here.
Oh no.
Awesome. I would like to note that I would be every, period of time banging a little caltrop into one of the trees.
Yes.
Marking the path.
Okay.
Just so that's on record.
There was a couple of times you thought you saw a tree that had maybe caltrop damage, but you like looked at it closely and it wasn't. It's like almost like if you're like, did I? No, that's a weird looking tree.
Interesting.
Tricky.
I like it.
Very tricky.
Thank fuck for you two rolling real well then.
Yeah.
That went beautifully.
Your rolls were on point today.
Yeah, holy crap.
Oh, yeah. Mine were horrible except for my last one.
Tim was just like, I'm gonna get that
Tim's
roll.
a big cheater.
I don't know what's happening, but I've never had this kind of luck in my life before, so I can only assume it will end in a horrible, horrible death where I accidentally burn my own feet off or something.
Just
Sweet. Can't wait.
Tim's excited too, I'll tell you that. No, I have no idea. Rolls were real good today. Investigation especially. I feel like he was like a police officer or something at some point,
Yeah. Really good on board.
Sleuthing about.
Super into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so
To be fair, that is his backstory, is that he loves investigating things, so it works out.
That's fair, yeah.
Yep. All right, so thank you everyone who joined us for today. It was been an amazing adventure. We'll be back next Thursday. Starting out, I do want to give a quick shout out to those people that gave bits and followed. Thank you, Freeze, for the follow, and thank you, Skoink and Tanis, for the bits. The two of you kind of weirdly competing a little bit.
No.
Well, I mean, Tanis just threw things out of the water, and then Skoink was just like, I want to be included too.
Competing in a very, very healthy way that helps your channel.
Exactly. There you go.
There you go.
Healthy.
Wording, Campus. Wording.
I'm sorry. This is
English
why
is not good.
this is why I write things down ahead of time, because my English is very bad.
English good.
Because when I write it down ahead of time, I can fix problems.
You speak like Red.
I'd like to point out that even though you had like
Right,
terrible
smart.
rolls today, Nokren now trusts Rufus when it comes to checking the traps.
I
Like he
know.
has not led him wrong.
It's true.
There is definitely a false sense of security that's been been settled here because the castle itself.
I'm really happy about that.
Well, like, here's the thing. Tim's still paranoid as all hell. He's still going to like check everything, but he will trust Rufus with the traps, and he will trust himself with the magic stuff.
Nokren's gonna be less paranoid now that he's out in the wilds because he knows the wilds and likes that better than being in the.
I'm happier to be out there too and not in underground things because I'm like, I don't like this. I like fields and nature.
Yeah, same. We feel you on that one.
Just wait.
Christian's just like, whatever.
Just wait till the dungeons return.
Tim is just looking forward to telling Red fun things to do that just fuck with everybody else.
Yeah, Red,
And
I
he'll
love
probably do that.
Oh my god.
Yep. I feel like
So
Tim.
Nokren actually loves redhead character as well. Nokren's like, yeah, I like this guy.
Yeah. Tim
is
is a pretty big fan of Red as well at this point, but just because he listens.
Nokren's glad he doesn't have to be the one moving everything now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
It's a 12 charisma that really does it.
Really, yeah. I mean, that's a lot.
You only
that's
have
what I
2
have
less
to.
charisma than me.
I have a 16.
My wisdom's 8.
Abysmal, we're talking.
I'm
13.
not wise.
I'm just saying, like, when it comes to intelligence, y'all can't beat Red.
Nope. This is very accurate.
You have 10. You have 10 less intelligence than me.
Yes.
Wow.
You're a whole average
wait,
person smarter.
You
I love that the
nearly
cat is
have
smarter than
3 times your intelligence of Red.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, and
Yes.
when I eventually level up, I don't think Red's gonna be putting points into intelligence.
Yes.
Boy, that's not nice. He might.
The familiar was smarter
He's
than
not.
Red. Yes, this is accurate.
Yeah, I still love the fact that when I eventually get to a level enough to summon the steed, it will automatically, no matter what it is, have an intelligence of 6.
So it'll be as smart as Red. And it's
Red.
Horse! Red!
If I go with a horse, we'll see.
True.
Maybe the horse and Red are gonna be best friends.
Maybe you will go for Giant Mantis and be Giant Mantis Paladin.
That would be freaking awesome.
Do we have to tame those first? We'll probably have to tame those
Yeah,
first.
probably have to tame this first. It's a
Yeah, I
while
gotta
away, so we've got
Put a
time.
bunch of shit into my character sheet that I just haven't done yet.
I've been trying to keep up, but yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff I need to do.
I need to like make notes now about what I just need to do it this evening because like.
By the way, I'm super stoked to have the same AC but in medium armor.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
nice.
Yes.
Still have 11.
So, we killed a giant tick, 2 evil stags, a savage one, and done a whole bunch of mystery finding in the castle. It
A
sounds
lot
like
of
level
investigations.
Yeah, it does sound like level
in
2.
I'm going to say you are very close. In amongst this adventure, probably by the end of next week, you will be leveled.
But
A month to get to level 2 is unprecedented, even for Ollie.
I mean,
Alright.
we were sitting in the castle for a while.
I was expecting you to be
Yeah.
probably a little closer into this part of the adventure, whether you were exploring this one or not by the end, instead of right at the entrance. You did take...
Oops.
I'm glad we got out of the castle, but I mean, there was a lot of role-playing in there.
I'm sorry.
It
I'm a
was
loot hoarder.
great role-playing, and the introduction with Red helped a lot.
yeah.
I will say also, out of character, Nokren definitely is a klepto for weapons, if you haven't noticed.
No,
Oh no,
really?
we've noticed.
We've noticed.
Yeah.
He has always had a lack of weapons when he needed them, and so now he's like, I need as many weapons as possible.
At all times.
Yep.
Next week, Tantus, I'll double check. I don't know if I'll be here.
Okay, let me
Just
know.
a reminder.
But why don't we go around and like give support of whoever we are, everything we got, all that kinds of stuff. We'll of course do our normal order, starting with Tesh.
Hello, I am Tesh of the Tesh Tube on both Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. So not both, but all of those places. So yeah, Unified Brand Deal. Brand Deal? Branding.
Best.
Go on.
English.
Rachel.
I'm Rachel. I go by Jade Vala on pretty much everything. Twitter, Twitter. What are we on? Twitch. This thing, yeah. Gosh, you guys messed me up now.
Where's Sunspring?
You're welcome.
Nothing.
But yeah, all those. He put a link in the chat thing.
There's links.
Woohoo!
Joe.
I support you as usual.
I know, but I like you
Support
saying it. It's what I have.
I know.
You're my yes man. Except you never say yes to me.
No.
Tiv?
Hi.
Red.
I'm Dvalk basically everywhere. Pretty easy. I was on Worm's game yesterday, have your game today. On Sunday I'm on another game with Worm, with Skoink from chat, a couple other people. So yeah, lots of
He gets
D&D.
around.
Yep. And of course, WinterBear.
Hello, everybody. I am WinterBear. I go by twitch.tv/WinterBearGames a lot of the time. On Twitter, it is WillGraham_WBG. I've been doing actually some interesting streaming lately. If you're interested in storytelling and in the writing of characters, stories, places, things like that, I actually just started doing writing streams where I actually am going to be writing short stories essentially with chat, where I have a general idea for planning, and then I'm going to be communicating with chat, essentially saying, hey, this is how I create the stories that I build. And this one that I'm doing right now is actually a short story based in the same universe for the book that I'm writing. That is actually close to being done, which is very, very exciting. So if you want to come hang out and get some inside track knowledge on the book that will eventually come out, that is going to be by me, then you can come and hang out for that. Best way to know when that stuff is happening is to actually check under my Twitch channel where my schedule is posted. So.
All right, and as usual, I am Tesh Dracovin, your host and DM here. You can find me here daily, of course. Those of you that always join me for the morning streams all through day. I will be back majorly for, I think me, Tiv, and Worm are probably going to do something tomorrow. We were talking about it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then I'm going to be back after the morning stream for discussing tabletop on Saturday, and that's the next big thing, with Joe, me, and Worm to talk about the tabletop stuff of this week. Yep, big stuff. And remember to always check out the links below to all my other stuff, and you can always check with me in Twitter and Discord for what I'm up to and talking about, and all the cool announcements. And I would like some more chatting on my Discord, thank you very much, because there's a little bit of chatting, but not as much as on Worms, and he has less people, and I'm very jealous.
Also, it's Canada Day this weekend. Yay, everybody. Yay.
Woo, Canada!
Woo! Anyways, I'll talk to you guys all later, I guess.
So anyway.
What does that mean? Wait.
Who's disappearing? But anyway, thank you everyone who joined us once again, and thank you everyone who supports us, and we'll be back next week for episode 4. So, goodbye everyone!
Bye.
Bye, everybody.